Gricey, I don't know. I got these first images of Gricey, cantankerous, big fluffy shoulder straps, coming down Conrad, you know, talking away, having a go at everybody, but in a reasonable way that you thought, that's Aussie, that's typical bloody Aussie. And you form that opinion. It wasn't a dislike, it was, oh well, that's an Aussie. He hadn't really made an impression on me. He was one of the Aussie team. He was probably the most outspoken of them all, but nothing that I found offensive in any way. I kind of quite liked the underdog that he seemed to be given by the media and Brock. The feeling that almost, you know, go away sort of attitude. But they couldn't do without him because, you know, the team was the team. You needed those cars together really, especially for Spa obviously. But then the turning point was, you know, when he took the trouble to phone me and asked me to do Bathurst, 87. That was the turning point. Then getting to know him as a person better than just a fellow driver.
First go over race was MGTC. Yeah. There's been a lot of cars since, but you know, your job as a sportsman is to assess what the job's going to require, assemble it, and then do it. And the biggest attribute in motorsport, and to get started and to carry on in motorsport, is to learn how to get up off the ground, because you're sure as hell get knocked over a lot of times. When they came to the Australian touring cars, you preferred Holdens? No. They were most available to me. Because remember, I came second in a Ford at Bathurst as well with Alan Jones. But you always ended up in the General's product, didn't you? And for all the, some say, the controversial history of Allan Grice, to end up finishing in 1990, we just saw the other two. Mm. But 86 was all Allan Grice. There was no real attachments other than the help you got from Graham Bailey. Well, Graham Bailey certainly, and Les Small who built it, and the other mechanics who slaved on it, and Yokohama who built the tyres for it. There was a lot of contributors. So in your BMW years, I don't know, you never quite fitted in a BMW for me. No. But you seem to just get so professional driving something which really wasn't competitive. Yeah, you're always chasing yourself, yeah. Chasing a V8 with a 6-cylinder is not an easy task. And in all truthfulness, I overdrove the car often to try and make that gap up. Sometimes I slipped off the road doing it, other times I might have broken something. But I was not one who was happy to sit down in a reliable, methodical, planned, strategical way, and maybe everybody will go home at the end of the day and get too tired, or their mum will tell them to come home, so you inherit the lead, which was the approach and attitude of my team management at the time. I never agreed with it then, and I don't agree with it now. It's called motor racing. If you want to go on a reliability trial, find somewhere else.